Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. This is actually the fourth recording. I think I messed it up so many times and actually made a proper recording just now, and I realized my mic was muted the whole time. And it was like, after listening to it, I was like, man, that's just some pretty good things. It was a pretty perfect recording. But here I am again. It's actually quite late. Originally, I was thinking of talking while playing Pokemon at the same time, not making it like an official Pokemon video, because I actually wanted to do it this way instead of just saying I ended in 3 weeks, which I will still do. I want to give it exactly 21 episodes, because 21 episodes added together would be 3 weeks, right? So I think that actually might be a better way to do it, because this way in between I could be playing other things. I could be making videos like these, and it doesn't get in the way, or the experience of whichever game that I'm playing. Now, so today I actually had a pretty interesting topic I wanted to talk to you guys about. And you guys might notice that there's some things different about my appearance. Actually, basically, I would say I had a makeover, basically. I am currently, one of the things I'm doing on the side right now is I'm working on a LinkedIn profile, and I want to get a very professional looking profile picture for LinkedIn. And LinkedIn's basically like the social media for like business related stuff, and I wanted to have a picture of me like looking proper and in a suit with a tie, with a shirt and all that. It's kind of the idea, the plan. So actually, I got a haircut. I think that the haircut looks pretty nice. Very very Asian like. It's kind of like the Asian style right now. Actually, it's been like this for like at least 5 years or so, where you kind of just shave off the side and only leave the top. It's kind of the way that a lot of even like successful entrepreneurs and stuff, like in Asian and in the U.S. and in Canada and stuff, like they would have this type of hairstyle as well. And I used to have this hairstyle before, and I actually haven't went outside to get a haircut in a long time. I've basically just taken that buzz cutter and just kind of shaved myself for ever since I went back to Canada. That time I went back to Canada. I'm digressing a little bit too much, and my voice is actually like getting croaky because I re-recorded too many times. So, and also the other thing is, I had my little sister paint over my eyebrows with a permanent eyebrow painting thing. I have no idea what it's called, but it basically lasts for a week and makes my eyebrows look a lot darker, because my eyebrows before are they're very thin. So it's really hard to see, especially with lighting. This way it's like a lot easier to see when you take a picture of me. And the reason why I did that is because I actually noticed a lot of public speakers, they actually, if you watch closely, they actually, a lot of them paint their eyebrows, because it actually shows it subconsciously communicates determination, authority and all that. Just imagine me looking at you like this with my eyebrows. It makes me look a lot more serious, right? So that's kind of pretty much the reason why. And I am I'm also probably just gonna keep my name as Isaac Kuo, like my official name. The reason why I changed it to Guo is because Guo is the proper Chinese spelling of the name, but on my passport it's not spelled Guo. But I realized there's probably not that much of a effect in doing so. There really is no point at all. So, I was thinking of in the future, I want to officially change it to Guo, because it's the proper, Chinese spelling of the name. But I don't think it matters that much. To most people, it's Kuo, Guo. Who gives a shit, right? And kind of the last thing I want to explain is like what exactly am I doing right now? Like I say I'm very busy, but what exactly am I doing right now? So what I'm doing right now is I'm learning, as you see today, like I was learning stuff about personal branding. I'm learning stuff that will be extremely useful to me for about sales and marketing. And I believe that once I have these skills, I will have two very important things. First of all, I would have the skill itself, which is extremely important for any business, because sales and marketing is the backbone of every business. Because at the end of the day, like the purpose of a business is to make money, right? It has to make money. And a lot of really great things come from businesses, because when you have an idea, when you have something you need to do, and you find a way to make that idea like valuable to other people as well, then you have a business. And it's a win-win for everyone, because it's a win that I can create this really cool thing, and it's a win for the people that do business with me, because I'm able to provide, whatever this thing is that I want to create for the other people, and obviously they like it, or else they wouldn't be paying me money, right? So that's kind of the way that I am trying to do this. And the reason why I'm doing it like this is, obviously I can be the one to go and do the actual creation of the game. I can learn programming. I can learn how to do artwork. I can learn how to do story writing and all that stuff. But if I were to do that, it would take me a lot more effort and a lot more time. And it's kind of like I could get started now. Let's say I learn a little bit of story writing. I learn a bit of how to do artwork. I learned a little bit of everything, and then I start doing everything myself. I actually thought of a very, very good analogy. It's kind of like I have a destination, right? This goal, this ultimate, perfect game that I've kept talking about, and that I will create. This goal that's far from me, and I can either get there by running. I can start running right now, which is what I tried to do before, and I probably make a lot of mistakes along the way. Like I probably run the wrong way. I don't even know where I'm going, and I trip and fall and all that stuff. I could keep running at it, or I can learn I can get the skills I need. Let's say marketing and sales is kind of like navigating or something like that, and then I can use this skill to make money for myself, and then to help other people navigate. Let's say like how to read a map, like that's a skill, and then I use that to help other people get to where they want to go, and then they pay me for that service, and then I can then pay another guy to drive me, while I navigate to where I need to go. And so instead of running and trying to do all these things by myself, I can do this, and then help somebody else out, and then they pay me, so I have money, and then I can use this money to hire someone else that will help me, and then together with it could be a team of different people, get to where I want to go faster. So that's kind of like the smart way to do it. So it's kind of like, I think my analogy is pretty solid. It's kind of like the first level is like you run at it yourself. You run there yourself, and then you're probably going to trip and fall a few times, but you can get up and you can keep going. Or you can learn how to drive a car, and then you go at it, on your car. But that's actually a lot more dangerous, because you could crash into things. So without like proper navigation, or you can learn how to navigate, and then you use that skill for other people, and then you tell that person how to, where to drive and all that stuff. let's say the road's like really bumpy and it's like crooked, it's like in the mountains or some crazy shit like that, and it usually is because if you think about it, the road to starting your own business, to entrepreneurship, is like a narrow path, like untreaded territory, and you have to kind of go through that. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to get the skills, and then when I do get the skills, what I can start by doing first is helping others using these skills, and if it works out, I also become better at doing these things, because the more I do them, the better I am. And I would also be able to get paid for doing these things, and then I could invest that money into creating the next step for Project Chimera, whatever that it is. Like, let's say the next thing is like writing that novel, or even better, I actually thought of a pretty cool idea, is like those Korean web comics, but I want to make like a much higher quality version of that, have it like kind of be in like comic form, like manga form, but like full color. It'd be pretty amazing, but that also requires me to have the funding to do that. So I think that probably the best way to do it is, like, I'm literally trying to kill, like, if I achieve this, I'm basically like killing 6 birds with 1 stone. It's like I learn the skills, I get to practice, like, really practice the skills, and in a real situation, and I get to help others, and I also get to make money, and I also get to I can also I can use this money to invest into what I'm doing. And then what's the 6th thing? And then while I'm doing this, I would also like have more credibility, because I've done more things, So when I tell people I'm going to do the next thing, I'm a lot more believable, because I have a track record. So that's kind of the way I plan it. That's kind of what's going on through my head right now. It's kind of why I decided to go this route, because obviously I can start running now, or I can go learn how to drive, so I can go at it faster. But even if I go at it faster, I could very, very likely be running the wrong way, or I learn how to navigate, and that probably is more important. That's kind of like, I think that's a pretty good analogy. Like, you would think that like the most important thing to get to where you want to go would be like the ability to operate the vehicle, but it actually isn't. It's the ability to navigate, or else you could totally be driving the wrong way. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this and thought this was pretty unique, pretty profound. I kind of enjoy doing these videos as well, in between, and then we can always keep playing some games. I think me playing Pokemon is pretty fun as well, and I actually found a few other games that I wanted to try out in the future. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.